So let us now hop over to Miss Supranational for today's content. To be honest, guys, I had only planned to make my content for this towards the end or the tail end of this competition so that I can observe more ladies, so that I can observe more of their galawan in this year's competition. But seeing how some of you are already curious about my current hot picks for this pageant at the moment and the 7,000 views that I am getting from my Mr. Supra early faves content, here I am finally coming out with my hot picks with the ladies. So my basis for choosing my top picks are based from their turns during the sashing ceremony, their authenticity while delivering their speech, and their OOTD styling after the sashing ceremony. So which girls are impressing me as early as now? Well, here are my top 14 early picks for Miss Supranational 2024. At number 14 is Petra A from Slovakia. Am I seeing a Victoria's Secret angel competing in Miss Supranational this year? Because this is the feeling that I am getting from her at the moment. Oh my gosh, guys, she is ravishingly beautiful in that black outfit with her jet black hair complementing her look. And just her mere stage presence alone is enough to put this lady in my list at this early of the competition. And as she finally spoke, she was beaming with confidence as she talked more about her country, which I wish she coupled with a fun fact or any information about herself so I could get to know her more in this year's competition. And now we go to my 13th spot, and I'm giving it to Jenna D from the United States. I know this girl hasn't been getting all the spotlight from us pageant fans here in Miss Supranational, but I feel this lady is such an overall package lady as well for this competition. Her intro is so powerful because it feels like she is a superhero in her own right by fighting human trafficking in her own might. So at the same time, she also has an oil perfume business. So that alone makes you feel that she is such a smart and well-accomplished woman at the same time. But sa totoo lang, guys, this isn't the only thing that is making me so interested to get to know her, as she also talked about her mixed heritage, as she is also Polish by blood too. So for sure, she must be so thrilled to have won her nationals and be part of this year's competition in Poland. And now we go to my 12th spot, and I'm giving it to Kasam K from Thailand. I have followed this lady since her Miss Universe Thailand journey, and it is such a delight to finally see her dream of representing her country in an international stage. Kasama has really all the goods to become her country's next Miss Supranational title holder, as she is strikingly beautiful. She also knows how to speak English, so it really adds to her stock as a contestant here. I also like the fact that she has always been on point with every single outfit that she has come out with for this pageant, as in plakadong plakado. Like, you will never miss her presence because each outfit that she is wearing for this pageant is so well thought out. However, as much as I am enjoying her killing her styling game all the time, I cannot help but lament the fact that she hasn't shown so much of her authentic self in her Instagram account, as it's only all about her outfits for the competition so far. So why am I saying this? Because I would love to get to know her more during the competition. I know she is very warm and friendly, and that's the only thing I'm getting from her with her daily updates on her Instagram stories. And so, of course, I would love to get to know her more beyond her fashionable persona. So at this point, nothing will make her more refreshing if she could show a little bit of herself. Like, for instance, what drives her every day in life? Her goals, her soft spot, what's her ground-up project? I want to see something relatable from her for a change. And now we go to my 11th spot, and I'm giving it to Yuki Sonoda from Japan. Oh, what a joy to finally see this lady compete again in the international stage. And she has blossomed since then. Yuki is my friend. She is half Filipina, and I know her personally. And for years, she has been dreaming about this moment to be seen on the international stage. And so imagine her excitement and preparation after winning her nationals, Miss Supranational Japan, and seeing her on the ground. It really gives me so much joy talaga to see her nailing her stylish outfits one after the other. However, as I watched her turn during the sashing ceremony, she seemed nervous in her introduction. Probably must be stage fright, but I know she can eventually conquer this. As I really genuinely want this lady to succeed, because her introduction was just really scratching the surface of her personality, as this lady is very smart. Hopefully, she can get it all together come preliminary competition. And now we go to my top 10, and number 10 on my list, here is our very own Ela Ambrosia from the Philippines. For everything that has been said about her turn during the stashing ceremony, well, I can take comfort in the fact that Ela has never been remiss of her goal of why she is here in the pageantry in the first place, which is to showcase her authenticity to us. If in the Miss Philippines pageant last October, she was very patriotic in choosing to speak Tagalog for her Q&A, here in Miss Supranational naman, it's all about showcasing her fun and engaging personality, and it was very evident during her speech during the sashing ceremony, and the numerous times that she has been going live on her Instagram account to engage us more, to get to know her more during this pageant. However, ito na guys, as much as I'm loving the authenticity that she is showing to us, I wish I could also say the same thing to the way how she has been styling herself in her OOTDs, whether during daytime or night events. Because some of her wardrobe in some of the key events so far lately have been underwhelming. And so her winning aura, in my opinion, which we had seen during her nationals, which we had seen during the national pageant, hasn't been really felt or seen since arriving in Poland. And this is a great concern right now on my part. So the challenge now is to bring out that winning aura from the right styling of her outfits now. Of course, it would be nice if she is authentic while at the same time killing it in her plakadong styling and outfits. I know she came prepared for this, but somehow it is not translating on the ground. So I hope she can remedy this in the next few days. And now we go to my 9th spot, and I'm giving it to Isadora Mora from Brazil. This lady is so beautiful, no doubt. She really has a deep set of hypnotizing eyes, which could really tantalize everyone. But alas, she was so nervous during her turn at the opening ceremony. It probably has something to do with the language barrier and perhaps stage fright na rin. I wish she could have talked more about herself, as I really want to get to know more about this lady as well. I also think her styling that night wasn't the best. I wish she could have put her hair down to match her gold outfit to appear more youthful, because if you check out her OOTDs days after the sashing ceremony, she has been nailing her looks in all her OOTDs. So for me, she would look better for her to wear her hair down. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Justina Snova from Czech Republic. This beauty has such an arresting face, no doubt, and so she easily stands out in the competition. But what gets me to her is not about her aesthetic talaga, but more about how she sounded so positive and inspiring her speech. As someone who is a self-confessed pessimist in life, it's music to my ears when I hear someone inspire me and talk me through it. I bet if it weren't for the time limit, she would have gone on to give a more concrete example or instance of why she eventually became a life optimist. So I never thought this beauty can be so inspirational, because if you check out her Instagram account, she is super ultra vampy and stylish there. So thank God for these numerous talking points in this pageant system, wherein I get the chance to see the other side of these crazy beautiful ladies like Justina here. I hope this lady does well in the competition. Knowing momentum, the momentum is really on her side, since her compatriot just won Miss World earlier this year. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Chanel de Lau from Curaçao. I have loved this lady since she represented her country here in Manila during the Miss Universe pageant 8 years ago. And now, look at her. She is now a force to reckon with in this year's pageant. I thought, sa totoo lang, she is already done with pageantry after she almost won Miss International 5 years ago. So checking her out during her turn at the sashing ceremony of this pageant, you can already feel her towering presence the moment she went on stage. Yung mga galawang pageant veteran muscle memory vibe na talaga. She was already imposing with her presence right away. And even if I was just watching the whole thing on YouTube, you can never really deny her presence in that dress. And the moment she spoke, you can really feel her power through her eloquence and substance, even though she was just simply volunteering a fun fact about her country. The stance, the command in language, and the diction are enough to make me feel she's so deadly if she gets to top 5, which isn't far-fetched at all, given her caliber as a contestant. But it is not that also that makes me so impressed with this lady. She's also very engaging on social media. She frequently interacts with her audience through her numerous IG lives on her account, which all the more makes her super relatable despite her frontrunner status in the competition. Hence, I super love this lady. She's so authentic and grounded. I would love to see her in the final top 5. Now, let's go to my 6th spot. And I'm giving it to Marie-Louise Matri from Côte d'Ivoire. Oh, I just love discovering new countries in this pageant system for a change. The moment this lady came on stage, she already registered so much impact with me with that yellow colored dress and that big red hair. And then when she finally spoke, she let us hear her sexy, raspy voice as she talked about her background, having come from a mixed race family. Hence, she's so intriguing for me. And as I check her out more in her Instagram account, you could see or feel more of her authenticity as she shares more about herself. So I'm really starting to like her. I wouldn't mind seeing this lady go further in the competition. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list here is Alexandra Hanari from Finland. Oh, this lady is such a pleasant surprise during the opening ceremony. She was so dainty and such a natural charmer in her own right. I'm really smitten how she was so unrehearsed and natural as she volunteered a fun fact about her and her sister during her speech. That was totally disarming. But then she says she was nervous during the whole time when she posted about it online. But I didn't notice it because she was so charming and was just being herself. So it is really my first time to talk about a Finnish contestant in my vlog ever. So I'm glad to be talking about a beautiful girl from another non-pageant crazy country, because it really feels new for me. So going back to her, if everything all else fails with her here in Miss Supranational, I would love to see her in Miss International someday. Her aura and bearing are also suited for that pageant. And now, let's go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Dr. Natalie Reyes from Peru. What is it about Peru in the last 5 years, and they seem to be killing it in pageantry these days, and it feels like Dr. Natalie Reyes is already ready to continue the momentum of her country in this pageant system as early as now. The moment she introduced herself as a medical doctor and a firefighter, I was already impressed. Like 2 of the most noble professions in the world today, she has it and sounds so inspiring with it at the same time. Although I'm not sure if her hair that night was the best choice for her in terms of styling, but my gosh, she just looks more youthful with her hair down as I see more of her styling with her OOTDs in a pageant on her Instagram account days after. So far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this Peruvian lady. It feels like she could go beyond her predecessor's top 12 finish. And now let's go to our top 3. And number 3 here on my list is Harish Zara from Indonesia. This girl has strong stage presence and impeccable killer styling in every single activity of this pageant since arriving in Poland. I'm just so impressed because it feels like she left no stones unturned for her journey to be this remarkable so far at the very moment. Like, stand out talaga at lutang na lutang ang ganda niya dito sa pageant na to, which already makes me feel like she is really a strong contender for the crown. She was, and watching her turn during the sashing ceremony, she was very personable. From her outfit down to her women empowerment-laden speech. Tapos, if you notice, ang ganda ng smile niya. I love her smile. There was a genuine connection she established with me during that moment. Indonesia, I'm telling you guys, could really be back in the top 5 again this year. And now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm giving it to Sonal from India. Am I seeing the second coming of Harnas Sandhu talaga? Kasi yan ang naramdaman ko. That's what I felt when this lady during the sashing ceremony, She is so beautiful. There is this certain mystique or quiet charm I am feeling from this lady every time she comes out on stage, as she is just so youthful. I also love the fact that she wore a two-piece dress, which all the more made her a standout in the competition. I also enjoyed her speech because it was very short, but nonetheless sweet. Diba? So I just love everything about her. I just love her youthful vibe. At this point, all I'm worried about her is her styling and gown choice for prelims and finals as early as now, as this has been the ultimate reason why India hasn't been making it to top 5 for 2 years now despite sending stellar candidates in this pageant system. Hope this could all change this year with Sonal. And finally, we go to my winner of this list as early as now, and giving it to Bioni Govender from South Africa. No surprise, guys. The moment this lady was officially announced as her country's representative to this year's pageant, I was already jumping out of joy because I feel this lady was robbed of a higher spot when she competed in Miss Universe pageant last year. And so seeing her here in Poland, it really feels like an extension of her Miss Universe journey. Nabitin ako sa top 20 placement niya, so it really feels good to see her back in the game. And as expected, she beamed and shone so much during the sashing ceremony with her very impromptu speech by including her wardrobe malfunction in it. So hearing that, it feels like how a surprise Hollywood actress would accept her Oscars Best Actress trophy on stage. Yung super unscripted like how Julia did it with her Oscar speech. So at this point, there is nothing much to say about her as she has been killing it with her OOTD stylings and Supra Chat performances at the same time. I just feel she is just so polished to perfection. So I'm no longer discounting a South African sandwich victory similar to the 2014-16 scenario soon. So just looking at Bioni right now, could really be her redemption story. So I'm all the more excited to follow her journey here in Miss Supranational. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? If you noticed, I wasn't just looking on the physical aspect of these ladies here in the competition. I'm also including a lot of factors like relatability and authenticity on my armchair judging at the moment, because I know this is the most important thing or quality the organization wants from its annual winner. Someone who has a heart. Someone who has the passion to serve more than her beauty and communication skills. This list isn't final yet, guys. So I don't mind if some of my girls beyond my current top 5 will eventually win. Because if there is one common denominator I have seen from its roster of winners, from Kim 2016 to Andrea Aguilera last year, it is that they always wear their heart on their sleeve all the time. Not so much on nailing the beauty and Q&A part, but someone who is kind and authentic first and foremost.